For those of you who aren't aware, a near 3-year-old record got beaten by Horselord, Kirby and a few others last week. Now the reason this record stood for so long is because it was done in real runs. It was done in real record runs with normal setups. However, as of last week, we started to test whether we could skip 50s and 30s at the same time instead of just skipping 30s like you would normally in our speedruns. And through doing so, we quickly realized that this was such a free 102.4. Now from this, we decided to build a team and get ready to run it. And disaster struck. Horselord and Co. copped the time through a very different strategy nonetheless, but they managed to take it from us. All of a sudden our priority went from labbing the 50 skips for post-Yammer to reclaiming this record. Credit to Duck as he's the one who labbed all of this stuff. But yeah, instead of doing the 102.4 like we'd originally planned, we decided, fuck the 4s, we don't need to freeze them. And instead, we're going to do a Scythe, Swift, DH hit, saving 2 ticks from our original time, making a 101.2. So the setup for this kill is we had 3 people Godbooking. They're the 2 people who Relos as well as the person who hammers. The reason being is so they can gain ZCB back just in time. Now my job here is the same as the other melee DPS dins, just we go 1 person at a time, just so we both get death charge and so we can keep it nice and comfy. So for all of these we want an 18.6 second proc into a 15 into a 12. We get the 18.6 second here, and now we're waiting, doing 2 scythes on the boss, which means we're one after the other person who dins is, just so we're all hitting separate crabs. And then I proc my death charge, which means that I put Lightbearer on, and now we're just going to stay in cycle, making sure we don't lose any ticks. This is a tick perfect method. Tanking myself, because my teammates will not tank, as we will have to be 1 HP right at the end of the kill for the Darox hit. Dropping my CCB attack now. The Major's there and he calls out so I can move. And now we're going to Locator Orb down, Swift Blade into Axe as I said before. And we didn't get it. The average hit was about 9%. That was a 7.9% attempt. So unfortunate. I hit 9. Oh! I hit a fucking 9. But after attempt, after attempt, after attempt, we finally had this run. We had a crazy deep 30s, into 30.1 into our major ZCB, into our ZCB at 21%, into a Scythe, into a Swift Blade, and I'll leave with the audio. Oh! Point one! Point one! Point fucking one! Point fucking one!
I hit a 26.
That was point one! Yeah, we absolutely gave up after that. 0.1%, for anyone who doesn't know, is 3 HP or less. And so there we thought, fuck it. They can have their 102.4. We'll wait to Yammer. We'll get a sub 1 when Yammer comes out. Little did we know, the uncles were in the lab. Not only did they beat the record once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 more times. Now I think the most impressive thing about this whole record, this whole ordeal, this whole maiden palaver, the most impressive bit about it all is that the minute barrier got broken. And thank you to Alex, StillRemains, I'll leave his links down below. He has let me showcase the tech that they used. So instead of doing what we did, where we killed all of the 70s crabs, stacked 50s on 30s and then skipped, they do something crazy, bro. Watch right here, you see the N1 and the S1? The S1 gets clawed by Vasatus into him freezing, and the N1 gets burning clawed by the other 2 meleeers. And this is so that they can catch the ice rushes, which means they can catch the 70s, 50s and 30s to all be stacked together, and it means that you can skip all 3 sets of crabs at once, as you're seeing in the process here, which is just astronomically incredible to see. Bro, it is such cool technology, and the reason this is so useful is because you know how we're playing for the 18.6 in our runs? These guys can play for the 15.6, which means they're 3 seconds ahead of where our runs would have been at all times. And now I'll leave you with their reactions.
Yep,
Small.
that's overkill too.
I was thinking of Scythe in that.
Has to be
good.
overkill. No, it's not.
No, I died.
And now I've got to give big shout out to the chugging barrel. God, you made it so much nicer to pop, even though it looks goofy as fuck. We worked out the max F way to pop these. And also, if you didn't know, you can max out the amount of parties you can make in a day. We had to go 1 by 1 as the party leader, which is why I'm leading the party here. Turns out we estimate around 200 parties a day can be made, which who knew? Who knew that you could max that out? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. check out my other ones. I do a few speeds, I do a few CA helps, I do a few perfect tobs. Check out the Twitch, check out the Discord. Love you all. Have a good week.